Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reactions Yevamot 34. I might be a week late due to Exodus reasons, but who am I to deny the fans? Now the Gemara has established on multiple occasions that essentially everything is a topic worthy of discussion, sex included. However, apparently there is a limit to what students could actually learn by hiding beneath Rav's bed while he had sex with his wife. So in this daf, we get a lot of, shall we say, completely wrong information about sex. Like what, you ask? Well, let me tell you. The Gemara says a woman who is a virgin cannot get pregnant the first time she has sex. Please be advised that is totally incorrect. It is absolutely possible. Now, thankfully, some of the sages actually did recognize that that might not be accurate. We see Rava challenging Rav Nachman about this. Rava says, that doesn't seem right. What about the story of Tamar? Didn't she become pregnant from the first time she had sex with Judah, despite being a virgin? But Rav Nachman is so committed to this idea. He says Tamar broke her hymen with her finger. That's the only reason she was able to get pregnant the first time. But guess what he says next? All of the women from the household of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi who break their hymens with their finger are nicknamed Tamar. How does he think he knows that? Also, again, we don't actually have to look at only female characters from the Tanakh to figure out how pregnancy works. One could convene a focus group of contemporary women. Moving right along, are you aware there's actually no use it or lose it clause to owning and operating a uterus? That would be news to some of the sages, though. Because the next idea that's brought up is if a woman has gone 10 years without having sex, like let's say she got divorced or her husband died, after 10 years she no longer is able to get pregnant. And the sages continue, if she did, it probably meant she secretly banged somebody in the interim. Let's get another hot take from Rav Nachman. And he says as long as she kept it in her mind that she was going to get remarried and get pregnant again, then she could do it. At this point, we get a very fun interlude with Rava and Rava's wife, who is none other than Rav Chisda's daughter. And Rava says to his wife, honey, the sages are talking about you again. The joke is that she was herself widowed for 10 years before she married Rava. And she's like, oh, sweetie, you know the reason I could get pregnant is because that whole time I was keeping you in mind. I think it's adorable that they have this little in-joke at the expense of the other sages. Sadly, however, we also get a story about a woman who was not Rav Chisda's daughter and thus, unfortunately, not equipped with that kind of sarcasm. It was a woman who went to Rav Yosef and said, Rabbi, I actually did get pregnant after 10 years. But he actually totally does not believe that that's possible and says, don't cast aspersions on the words of the sages. He basically bullies her into saying that, yeah, she did have sex during those 10 years. Because in his mind, there's literally no other way that this could have happened. See, women, your human bodies and lived experiences are clearly wrong if they go contrary to what a sage believes. It probably just means that you're a whore.